What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Way Back Wednesday, and today we're going to cover a Sharpedo Slowking deck. Now, this deck was, I'm pretty sure it's exact 60 cards, but I'm not 100% sure. It was actually provided by Cal Feeker, and this is supposedly going to be Justin Williams' 2011 National stack that he used to make top. I think he lost in top 128. So he made 11th seed overall, going 8-1, and lost in top 128 against Yon Mega Kingdra. But guys, I still think this deck is very, very interesting. It definitely took a lot of people by storm. Like, people did not see this really coming. And Justin followed it to an 8-1 in Swiss, and then lost in top 120. But still, congratulations to Justin. I think it's a fantastic accomplishment for sure. But let's go over this deck and let's see what's it about. What is this Sharpedo Slowking deck that I am talking about? All right, so Sharpedo, it has the attack Strip Bear, and also I'll leave a link down below to an article down below. Make sure you check that out if you want to learn more about this deck. Like, Justin goes into great detail about it. It's about his tournament report and why he plays certain cards, and he'll go into more detail than I did. This is also written back in 2011, so just keep that in mind. But let's go over this deck and let's see what's it about. So Sharpedo, he's going to be our main kind of attacker, and what we're going to try to use is Strip Bear 20, and you flip 2 coins. If both are heads, your opponent discards all cards from their hand. You're going to flip 2 coins. If both are heads, you discard all the cards. But, the likelihood of this happening is very, very uncommon. Now, if you look, there's no any cards to help you reflip, like no Victini. Just try to feel lucky. Strip Bear for knockouts, and Strip not for knockouts, but to discard your opponent's hand, and that's what we're going to try to do today. He also has Rage, which does 50 and then plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on Sharpedo. So if you have like 80 damage on you, you can do a ton of damage, right? I don't know, like 140, something like that. Yeah, 140. If I did the math right in my head, it should be 140. Maybe 130. 130 sounds better. But yeah, so Sharpedo Rage could do a ton of damage to knock out some Pokemon. But the main thing we're going to use is the Strip Bear. Now, a Strip Bear, your opponent can always top deck, right? They hit a Juniper, an N, Oak, whatever. But what we're going to use is Slowking with the second sight. Once during your turn, before you attack, look at the top 3 cards of either player's deck and put them back on top player's deck in any order. So what we're going to do is we're going to Strip Bear, and then we're going to use Slowking to rearrange top 3 cards of their deck, and we can just make them not draw into anything forever, and eventually just win the game that way. I know it's going to be very, very hard. The first thing we have to do is flip double heads. But once you do this, you should be able to win the game fairly easily. Because after this, you can start attacking with Rage. You can start using Cinccino with the Wave, which does 100 damage max. It does 20 damage times of your bench Pokemon. So if you have 5, you can do 100, which is it's not taking any knockouts, but you're two-shotting everybody while your opponent is dead drawing because you know what they're going to draw into. And not only that, he has some other cards as well, like Weavile, which has a Claw Snag. Once during your turn, when you play Weavile from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may look at the top card of your opponent's hand, or look at your opponent's hand, and then discard a card from it. So that way, you kind of if you know they have one good card, like they communicated for a certain Pokemon, well, then you can use Weavile, Claw Snag it, and discard it automatically. It also has Feint Attack. So this deck has 2 kind of options you could do if your opponent does power Pokemon. You can use Reversal to if you flip heads, another flipping card. If you flip heads, you can bring Pokemon off the bench to the active spot, and then you can use Weavile's Feint Attack to hit 30 damage to any Pokemon, just any Pokemon, and snipe it that way for a knockout while your opponent is dead drawing once they get one Pokemon set up. You also have Mandibuzz as well, Blind Slide. It does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. So once you use Feint Attack on a Pokemon, you can then use Blind Slide and start hitting it for 50 instead, which is fantastic. And also has Punishment as well. It does 40, and then if any Pokemon's a stage 2, it does 60 more damage, which is fantastic. Like I said, the article goes a little bit more detail why he does play these. He has Cleffa and Tyrogue like always, like the Sleep, draw to 6 new cards, and the Mischievous Punch for 30. Great 2 cards. They counter each other, but both in your deck are fantastic to help you win games. Only first turn in 2011. And the last Pokemon he played is going to be this Unown Dark. When you play it down, you may search your deck for a Dark Energy, put in your hand, and you're good to go. It just helps consistency for sure. So that's all the Pokemon you play. It's 21 Pokemon. It is a lot, but it still can be pulled off. Now we play 2 dual ball, flip 2 coins for each head, search your deck for base Pokemon, put in your hand, 3 junk arm to reuse any trainer cards, 3 plus power to do additional 10 damage, and this is great with like Cinccino and stuff. You can start doing like do the wave for 100, and then like hit some numbers of plus powers of junk arm and stuff like that. For communication, which is going to be our main way to put a Pokemon into our field, you can use communication, show Pokemon, put it back into your deck, and then grab any Pokemon out of your deck, show your opponent. So basically, you just swap out Pokemon, which is really, really strong. 3 reversal, 1 switch, and 4 collector. Collector is how we're going to set up on the first turn. You're going to search deck for 3 base Pokemon and put them into your hand, which is fantastic. Like, I kind of wish we had this card nowadays. I know we don't really play any setup decks, but I mean, collecting for 3 is so strong, and you'll see that in the video for sure. 1 Juniper, 3 Oak, and 3 Sages. Look at top 5, choose 2, and discard 3. Now for energies, we play 12 different kinds, or 12 altogether, I mean. 3 DCE, 2 Rescue. If a Pokemon's knocked out, you get returned back into your hand, but discard all cards attached to that Pokemon. It's kind of like, it's definitely just like Splash Energy, except it's for every Pokemon instead of just for water. 3 Dark and 4 Special Dark, so that way your Dark Pokemon do 10 more damage, but it can be attached to anybody, which I kind of wish this was nowadays. Like, I know, like, if you attach, like, a Special Dark or, like, a Special Metal or whatever to a Pokemon that's not a Dark, you can't actually attach it. But here, you could. Unfortunately, you cannot do this anymore. I mean, they don't get the bonus effect of the 10+, but, man, I wish you could still do this, but they changed the rule of that. But, guys, there we go. Like I said, this is the deck that Justin Williams used, the palette, to make 8-1 at U.S. Nationals, losing top 120. I think it's a fantastic deck. I think it's a lot of fun. If you flip double ahead, Strip Bear can put your opponent in a terrible position, and with Slowking, you can easily win this. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, so putting against D2, B2, Win 1, playing a Steel, Psychic, and a Colors deck. So call heads like always, and it is tails, unfortunately. So we'll be going second, but hopefully we start with that Terma Collector. Maybe start with the Cleffa. That could be great as well. Alright, so we start Minccino and a Pokemon Collector, which isn't too bad, because we can collect her for like Slowpoke, Carvanha, and a Cleffa, Energy Retreat, and go for a turn 1 Eek. And there is a Booferlot with the Gold Breaker and the Boofer. Alrighty, so let's see what's going to happen, guys. I mean, we will collect her and get those 3 Pokemon out. And let's see, there is a Ultra Ball, going to discard 2 cards from their hand, and go to search deck from some kind of Pokemon. So some kind of Booferlot deck, I'm not really sure what partners with it. They discard a Course and a Switch, and let's see, what do they get out with this Booferlot? Now, I used to play this deck with like Landers, like way back in the day, like 2012, 2013, I think. And there was like a Landers Booferlot. I did play that for regionals. I can't remember what set that came out. Maybe it wasn't too long ago. But we know they're playing some kind of psychic deck. Alright. So let's see, what would they get out here? Alright, so there's a Mewtwo. Perfect. A Pokemon that needs like no energy attack. That's great. Alright, so Mewtwo coming down at DC. Oh my goodness, this is bad. X-Ball, I mean, he does hit for resistance, but there's a Juniper, going to discard their hand, draw 7 cards. And he plays Super Scoop Up as okay. Alright, so this is great. I mean, this is terrible. Alright, so in our turn, there's a Rescue Energy. So we'll collect her. We will grab Slowpoke is prize. Fantastic. So grab Carvanha, and a Cleffa. Okay. This prize are only Slowpoke, which is the downside of playing a 1-1 in our deck. So put down Carvanha, Cleffa, Dark, Retreat into Cleffa, and we will Eek for a new hand of 6. But maybe it'll be okay. Maybe like we can do the wave, kind of cheat the system, but they do play Super Scoop Ups. Alright, so there's a Collector. Tails we do not wake up, which is fantastic. So we can communicate, put a Weavile in our deck, get a Sharpedo, and try to go over a Strip Bear, Pokemon Catcher, and Heads. Alright, so they're probably going to send the Mewtwo this turn. There's a Skyla for most likely a Switch, and go for the X-Ball. Now, X-Ball will not take a knockout unless he has another energy in his hand, and we actually don't have resistance. I thought we did, and there's a Switch going to their hand. Alright, so they're playing 2 Switch, and a Super Scoop Up, and a Psychic Energy, so they will take a knockout now. Fantastic. So, we'll see Switch into the Mewtwo, and we will see an X-Ball for the knockout. But guys, we gotta believe that Strip Bear will work, right? We just gotta believe. So X-Ball for the knockouts. Alright, so let's send up Cleffa. And let's see what's going to happen, guys. Now, if we can somehow do 70 damage this turn, we can potentially knock out this Mewtwo the following turn. So put a special energy, Weavile, for a Sharpedo, which still does not have the psychic resistance like I thought. Alright, so put down Sharpedo, and we will go for an Oak, shuffle our heads deck, and get 6 new cards. Hopefully, we can find some plus powers. Alright, there's 1 plus power and a reversal, so go for 1 plus power. We will retreat into the Sharpedo, and we'll go 20, 40, 60, 80. Alright, so we need to hit Strip Bear, flip double heads, discard all of his energies, all of his cards, and he cannot not take a knockout. Alright, so for damage, heads, and it. Yes! Alright, so we discard all those cards. Oh my goodness. Alright, so 20, 40, 60, 80. He cannot take a knockout right now, and we find a DC. We can rage, and there's an end. Alright, so does he find it? Oh, okay, great. Fantastic. Alright, guys. Well, we almost had it. Alright, so X-Ball. Okay, can we do 130 damage? Oh, that's gonna be rough. Alright, so send up Cleffa. Man, I was so excited. I was like, yes, double heads, we did it, and then we didn't do it. Alright, so we will dual ball. Alright, Tails. Alright, so we'll dual ball again. Tails. Okay. We'll go for communication. Put a Weavile in our deck. Grab Cinccino. Put that guy down. We're going to play the reversal just to get out of our deck. So, yep, we'll play reversal. Heads, we'll bring up the Bouffalant. We will retreat into the Cinccino. Use a switch into the Cleffa. And we will eke for a new hand of 6. The best play I got. So, eke for a new hand of 6. Collector unknown. Alright, so heads, we do wake up, unfortunately. So under our opponent's turn. Alright, so next turn, we gotta do 130 damage to knock out some Mewtwo and go down to 4 prize cards. There's a catcher and a heads. Oh my goodness. Good night, Cinccino. You are donezo. You are dead now. So Mewtwo coming up, and we will see an X-Ball for a knockout. Or side drive, even better. What a 20, 40, 60, 80. Actually, X-Ball wouldn't have knocked us out. But it goes down to 3 prize cards. Okay. So, we'll send a Cleffa. And, guys, oh, man. Alright, so in our turn, we get an Oak. Alright, spin down Sneasel. We will Collector. We will grab a Minccino, Vullaby, and a Sneasel. Okay. We will put down the Vullaby, Sneasel, Minccino, Unknown Dark. We'll search for a Dark Energy. Yes. We will grab a Special Dark. And let's see, who would be the better attacker? I guess we should have at least grabbed a Sharpedo, but Sharpedo doesn't matter too much right now because he's just going to take a knockout. I mean, Mandibuzz is prize. That's not even going to work. I don't even know why I put down the Vullaby. That's terrible because we can't even attack with it. So I guess we'll put this Dark Energy on a Sneasel. So I only play. So put a Dark Energy on a Sneasel, and we will eke for a new hand of 6. Alright. So let's see, can we find a Minccino, some a DCE, and some plus powers? Alright, there's a DCE. Alright, plus power. Heads, we do wake up. Alright, but maybe we might take I mean, I don't think we can. That'd be really very unlikely. But, guys, you gotta believe, right? We just gotta believe in a thing called love. Alright. I mean, we could try to go for a beat up. That might be the play. Go for a beat up. So Mewtwo coming down. Okay. A Psych Energy. Alright. And a Bike for 1. Alright. So if we go for beat up, flip 6 heads, we can take a knockout. Yeah. Yep. That's I don't. It's not a plan, but it's something. It is. I mean, we have to find one more Pokemon. I mean, if we still find. I mean, we still know if we flip 5 heads, we take a knockout. No, we don't. We need to have one more Pokemon down. So Jirachi coming down. Ooh, Jirachi. Okay, so Jirachi coming down. That's good for us. That's an easy knockout. It's a 2 prize. It's 2 prizes, and it's only 90 HP. There's a Juniper going to their hand. We don't care about that. Full Stone going down to Jirachi, and we see a Juniper. Alrighty, so Things are going great, guys. They're going fantastic. We had that turn 1 Strip Bear and went downhill pretty quickly after that. But maybe we got to believe in the beat up. We just got to believe. I mean, you're going to sneak up Sneasel regardless. That's for your treat. And yeah. 20, 40, 60. All right, we're just waiting to see what will our opponent do. All right, so catcher. Their first tails. All right, so tails for them. And an X-Ball for the knockout, going out 2 prize cards. But man, we have to take 6 prize cards. We gotta knock out 3 EXs. So send up Sneasel. All right, guys, we just gotta believe. On our turn, there's a collector. Yep, we're gonna go for a collector. For a Tyrogue. Alright, so guys, we gotta believe, right? We just gotta believe. We flip 6 heads, and we take a knockout this turn. So play PlusPower. We'll put a Dark Energy. So beat up does 20 damage times the amount of each Pokemon play. Alright, no, flip a coin for each Pokemon play. Does 20 damage times it overhead. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 with 20. I mean, with special Dark there, we already take a knockout. But guys, we just gotta believe, right? We just gotta flip 6 heads. Well then. Well. Our time has seemed to come in this episode. It started out great. Like, we had the turn, we had the Strip Bear, and then it all went downhill. It went way downhill. So, within a Tyrogue, I mean, there's pretty much nothing we can do now. There's a Reversal. Okay. Both Pokemon have Floodstones. Mewtwo has 2 energies. I guess we'll stage his training. Alright, so we get a Weavile. Alright, so... I mean, I don't even know. Alright, so we'll grab a Weavile, maybe. Like, Weavile doesn't matter. We'll grab Junk Arm and Weavile, sure. We'll grab we'll grab Weavile and Oak. We just gotta believe that we might have another turn. Alright, I mean, I know it's impossible, but let's just make sure. Alright, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna see how bad our luck is. We're gonna attach a DC to the Sneasel, retreat, and go for a Fury Swipe just to see if our luck's just that bad right now. Alright, so that's a little bit better. 20 damage, we can pop for Rockingham for 20. And guys, we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second, and hopefully it goes a little bit better. Because we had the turn 1 Strip Bear, then he top decking in, and our Slowking was prized. Our Slowpoke was prized. Man, that was just like, I just don't even know. I want to see the coin flip. What was the coin flip ratio? Was it half for us? Half? It wasn't even half, guys. It wasn't even half. 7 and 13. 7 for 30. I don't know the ratio of that, but that's really bad. Alright, guys, we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. Hopefully it goes a little bit better in this game, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so we're against Blaine G playing a Grass and a Colors deck. Now this could be a Virizion Genesect deck. I mean, they don't play Deoxys, so it might not be, but it could very well be with like Virizion, Genesect, Celebi, and Smeargle. Oh man, if they play Smeargle, that'd be terrible because they can copy the cards or copy a supporter card in our hand. So we'll see who goes first, and we won the coin flip, which was fantastic. So hopefully we'll get that turn to attack off. Unfortunately, we cannot attack on that first turn like we could back then. And okay, so we get Carnivine, we get Dual Ball. If we flip double heads, we can get some Pokemon down. And let's see, what are we playing against? I mean, that doesn't tell us anything really. I mean, it tells us to have a bunch of Grass and DCs in our hand and a Charon. Okay. Alright, so they're going to choose to react Pokemon. I mean, we're going to Dual Ball, try to flip double heads, try to get a Slowpoke and another Carnivine on the field. Oak, I really don't want to waste a DC on a Carnivine. I'd rather use a Dark Energy. For sure. We do play 7 of those and 3 DCs, so we need to be a little bit careful with our DCs for sure. But waiting for an opponent to choose an active Pokemon, and let's see, what will that Pokemon be? I mean, I don't think it's Frizzy and Genesect because you usually don't play DCs in Frizzy and Genesect. Okay. I mean, it could be, though. They could be playing like an conventional list. So there's a DCE and a... Oh! I lied. Alright, so a Dual Ball. And heads and a tails. Alright. So we'll grab a Slowpoke, a Slowking in here, and our Slowking is prized. Alright, so we'll grab another Carvanha, okay? Alright, so, no, Slowking was in our hand. Oh my goodness. Alright, so put down Carvanha, and we will Oak. Oh my goodness. Slowking was in our hand. I didn't even notice. Alright, so we'll Oak, shuffle our hands to deck, get 60 cards. Alright, there's a Collector, Weavile, and a Sharpedo. So put down Sneasel, and we'll pass. I really don't attach a Darkness Energy right now, just in case our opponent does get a knockout, which could be very highly. I mean, they can like... I mean, but it's not really that highly, right? But you want to be safe. Sorry. So Great Ball, look at top 7. They find a Pokemon, put it in their hand. Okay. There's a Shaman EX, not the Shaman EX setup, but the Revenge Blast Shaman, which is good for us. Like it's a kind of easy 2 prize cards with Minccino. We can like do the wave for 100, and then with the +power we can take a knockout. So on to our turn. All right. So we found a Junk Arm. So we're gonna use Collector, and with Collector, we are going to grab a Minccino, Slowpoke, and a Cleffa. Alright, so grab these 2 guys. So 1, 2, 3 go in our hand. Put down the Slowpoke, Minccino, Cleffa, Sharpedo, Special Dark to the active, and we will use a Strip Bear. Can we flip double heads to discard all the cards in my opponent's hand? So here we go, 30 damage and heads and tails. Alright, so our opponent's turn, they're going to draw a card. At least they can't hit us right now, so we're okay. Unless they grass and then Colorless Machine, then we get knocked out. So Grass Energy, Great Ball, look at top 7. If they have a Colorless Machine, I think we're pretty much gonna lose this game. How do we deal with the Genesect that's just doing 100, then 100, and then 100, and then 100, and I just don't see it happening. But Buffalon coming down, okay. And do they have a Colorless Machine or not? No, just pass. On to our turn. All right. So there's a Collector. Like I hate using Sages right now because it's so early in the game, but I'm going to grab an Oak and a Sharpedo. I think we're gonna grab Cinccino instead. Yeah, I'm gonna grab these 2. Alright, I know we're discarding a Sharpedo, but I think we'll be okay. So put down Cinccino, we'll put a DC on this Minccino, and we'll go for another Strip Bear. Come on, double heads. Come on, double heads. Let's do it. 30 damage. Heads and a heads. Alright, so we discard 4 Grass Energies. Alright, so opponent's going to draw a card. Hopefully they did not top deck Grass Energy. Alright, so there we go. And there's an EXP share going to Buffalon. And maybe we have the game, guys. So here we go. Mandibuzz, we will Oak. Shuffle our hands deck and get 60 cards. Can we find a Slowking? Don't have one. Alright, so we'll put it. Alright, so we cannot take a knockout. Wait. Yes, we can. We have +power, so we can... Alright, we can Junk Arm, discard Communication, and the Reversal. Okay, we'll just grab a +power. We'll put a Dark Energy to the active, retreat the Dark. Okay. Cinccino, we'll discard the regular Dark, press done, sit in the Chino, and... Oh, hold on, we gotta play +power. So +power, and we will do the wave for the knockout. Going down to 4 prize cards. Oh my goodness, it actually worked. Okay, so we're gonna have 4 prize cards. Since I'm Shaman, we could potentially knock it out if we find another +power. Oh man, it might actually work. So take 2 prize cards. There is a Sage's Trainer and a Pokemon Collector. Alright, so on opponent's turn, they're gonna send a Buffalon, of course, okay? They're going to draw a card, and do they find a DC or not? Now, they find a DC, a catcher, all right, and heads, they will bring somebody up, and a victory screen, and it does not matter, guys. There we go. I think we would have had it regardless. Like, we would have Sages, just try to take for a Slowking, and once you get the Slowking out, we would have manipulated the top 3 cards of my opponent's deck. But this is what usually going to happen when you set up. If you get Strip Bear and get down to Slowking, you pretty much win because your opponent will never be able to draw into the right cards. I know he played catcher, but we have rescue energy, we have DCE, we could retreat and go for another duty wave. And also, we had Boofer, so we couldn't knock it out ASAP. But guys, hope you enjoyed this episode of Way Back Wednesday. It was a lot of fun recording these games, trying to flip heads on strip bears and everything like that. I don't think the deck is that good in Legacy mode. It's probably still good in 2011 format if you want to test it out. But guys, hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, bye.
Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.